when you guys went through your stuff, Brian's stuff or the Bobby stuff, who were you most surprised turned on you, and who were you most surprised had your back? Oh man, these are good questions, Chris. Who were you most surprised turned on you? I would say, for me, I'll let Brian's gonna come in on his own and answer these. So and Brian's gonna be very Switzerland. Brian's not like I'm like a baby elephant. I don't forget. I forgive, but I don't forget. Brian's like, yeah, I know, but I get it, and I don't. Most surprised turn on you. But I don't need to call people out. I would say it's just like and you guys know who our friends are, especially at that time. I would say all of them I couldn't believe. Like, almost all. I'm like, whoa, hold on. No one's going to defend Brian? Everyone's going to write him off? And it's not that they, text Brian or said something. A very close friend of ours, famous friend of ours, did text me never to work with Brian again. I don't want to get into that, which is insane. But I don't come from their world, right? I've never really fit in their world. I was an athlete. I come from team sports, even fighting. You have a team. You're a wolf pack, man. You all have each other's back through good and bad, especially during rough times. Like, you can always lean on the team. When I say this because I don't come from the world, I was baffled across the board. And I've known Brian for a long time. They knew him even longer. They knew him from the jump, and no one stuck up for him. No one said anything, even though they know Brian's character. They've known him forever. He's done so much for so many people, and no one said anything. So, like, when I went to the mothership the other night, people were like, oh, are you going to do more of it? No. I mean, Big J and Lewis and, Tony, those shows, I'll do, whatever, one every 6 months or whatever, here and there. It's not like they're dying to have me on, but if they ask, I would consider it. But I think I have such a disdain for a lot of them. Not mad at them. Still friends with a ton of those people, but I just don't respect them, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So that turns me off, where I'm just like, oh, y'all just a bunch of bitches. And then now that Brian's at the mothership, he's come around, oh, now everything's all good. Oh, whoa, hey, man. Yeah, hey, man. Yeah, hey, man. Yeah. And then some of them talked a lot of shit on podcasts and threw Brian on the bus. And it's like, again, I forgive. I don't forget. So that, I can only imagine what Brian feels like. But, it just turned me off from all of it. It was like, oh, man, you just realize, like, no one was, they've never really, and I knew this, but kind of, I'm different. I'm like, if we're friends, whatever you need, Ben. And I also didn't realize, I'll see Brian and Chris got in trouble. I'm very close. Brian's like a fucking very older brother. Chris, I'm super close with. They both get in trouble. Of course I'm going to defend them and not kick them off the fucking island and stick up for them and still try to get them to do shows and all this stuff. Of course. I guess I didn't realize that by doing that, that would outcast me with a lot of people that we're very close with. And it's all good, It's just bitch behavior. And they know it. I'll see some of these people and they're like, hey, man, oh, man, it's so cool. See what you... Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, you left us for dead. Yeah. Oh, is it good to see me now? They know, like, deep down, like, fuck. Yeah, we're not the same, dude. I've never been like you. And that's a good thing. You guys are all bitches. All bitches. All good. All good. Funny bitches. Y'all are talented, funny bitches. But shit hits the fan, you know who you can call. It's not going to be the majority of those guys. Even the guys that you think are tough in comedy, they're not tough. There's not a tough guy in comedy. Doesn't exist. I'll tell you that right now. The ones you in your head, we know who you are. The ones in your head, you're like, I don't know, man, that guy. They're not. Bitches. All good. They don't have to be. They don't have to be.
Yeah.
So
I think one day something might happen to them, and then they'll start to realize, oh, shit. When it happens to them, when everyone turns their back on them.
And here's the thing. They could call me and I would have their back.
I know.
We're not the same. You want me in your foxhole. I ain't going anywhere. Man, storm's coming, dude. You save yourself? Nah, I'll ride it out, dude. At least we're together, bud. At least we have each other, I tell Brian this all the time. All the time. No one's coming to save you. The sooner you realize that, the better off you're going to be. No one gives a fuck. The people you think are your close friends, they can call at 2 a.m, their phone's on Do Not Disturb, bud, for a reason. My phone's never on Do Not Disturb, And some are ultra successful, way more successful than me or Brian, and maybe that's the way to do it. I don't think so. I don't think so. This is from Slow. Great question.
Real quick, Brent. So the comic, his name's Eric Andre, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Boom for Chris.
Okay, so did you hear that bit at the end? That was Schaub basically saying to Callan, don't leave me. Nobody likes you. So Schaub did a Patreon Q&A. Oh boy, do we got a lot to talk about during this. So don't forget to subscribe and like, because more videos will be incoming. My question got answered. YouTubers got trashed. Oh my God, the lies and the rants he went off on. But as in regards to this specific thing, he just blamed Brian Callen and Chris D'Elia for his career being ruined. Now, he's done this before, but once again, him and Brian Callen immediately threw Chris D'Elia under the bus, claiming they hardly knew him. And then when Brian was accused, Schaub kicked him off the podcast and got new co-hosts. The only reason why Callen even came back to the podcast is because Schaub's new co-host left, and Schaub had destroyed his own career and needed Callen back to get some piece of the audience back. So, but he's sitting there blaming Callen for his career being ruined. And why doesn't he name names? Ned Isakoff, you are on the list. He needs to name names. We know he's talking about Will Sasso, Whitney Cummings, a whole bunch of other people. But this is the delusion of Schaub. Oh, yeah, by the way, the delusions during this. He went for over an hour on this Patreon Q&A. So, yeah, strap in, folks. But, that whole thing, he went off on them, called them bitches, but you're a bitch for not saying their name, dude. Crazy, but let me know your thoughts in the comments.